It is party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show here in the Mothership, which is Studio 22. Good to be with everybody on this Monday evening. Hope you are having a fantastic beginning to your week. Had a great weekend. We're tired. We're busy. We're having a great time, though. We're having fun out on the road. Go to watchchad.com. Find us everywhere. Go to Blaze. Let's see. It's theblaze.com. And you can go up and click more and then shop. And then collections, and you can find all kind of Chad Prather Show merch. It's fun stuff. Get your Party Time Mom t-shirts there. Today, we're going off the rails. I love our Off the Rails episodes where we bring you all of the crazy headlines from around the world and just remind you how dumb we are as a human race, my very dear friend. Sarah Gonzalez, the host of the news and why it matters, and Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered on YouTube is going to be sitting in the hot seat. We're going to have a blast today, and I promise you, you do not want to miss this episode. You're going to have fun. Let me ask you a question, serious question, folks. Have you gone to where podcasts are offered, and have you left us a 5-star review? That's what we want. It's what we need. It's what we like. I like all the reviews that come in. We have a blast. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for watching. Have you ever in your life, I don't know if it's the fact that this much information comes to us as fast as it does and it's so readily available, but like, I guess people have always been this crazy and this stupid for all of history, right? I guess history tells us that people have always done dumb things. But like now we're making the dumb things so much more available to ourselves that it's ridiculous. And now we have this beautiful thing called social media, which just puts it all out there in 24-hour news cycles. It's telling us about the dumb things people are doing. And I am here to help you make fun of it. And that's what we're going to do today on our special Off the Rails segment. Hey, it's Monday. You need a laugh. Go ahead and leave your offender turned off and just, get some thick skin because we're going to have a good time today. I want to remind everybody out there, if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about replacing your carpets, do not do that. You got pet stains, you got odors, you got to try Genesis 950. I love this stuff. I'm cleaning the entire house with it. Before you replace carpets or rugs, you got to try Genesis 950. The 950 is the stuff. You add a little water to it. It's going to break down the bonds of the stains and the odors, and they're gone for good. It is antibacterial. It's going to remove your pet stains, your odors, and all the little germs that get down in the carpet, deep down into the padding, and you can use it right there in the carpet cleaning machine. It's green. It's safe for the environment, which means it's safe for you and also for your pets. So what are you waiting for? If you're tired for the cleaners that don't work, you got to buy Genesis 950. Look, you can get it on Amazon.com, but don't do that. Just go to Genesis950.com. Get it straight from them. You're going to get a gallon of this stuff in. It's going to make up to 7 gallons of cleaner. If you got bigger stains, older odors, those kind of things, just put a little more in there, change the ratio up. You're going to clean the house. You're going to clean your bathrooms, your kitchens, your granite, your countertops, your quartz, your garage floors, oil and grease stains, everything, engines, wheels. Use it on the car. Party time, mama. Use that Genesis 950 everywhere. Before you get new carpet, try Genesis 950. Just go to Genesis950.com. You're going to get a free spray bottle, and you're going to get a discount when you use code BLAZE, B-L-A-Z-E. That's Genesis950.com, Genesis950.com. Are you ready to have some fun on a Monday evening? The Chad Prather Show is here for you, and we're going to be right back with all the laughs you can handle. Hang tight. It's party time, Mom. Welcome back. Studio 22, hanging out. Going to go off the rails today. I love these segments, off the rails, where we pick the craziest headlines from around the world and remind you just how stupid the world has become. You wouldn't believe that people are spending money on the things they are to research things, study things, and even do things. Like, it's Sarah Gonzalez, News and Why It Matters. Do you remember the Darwin Awards?
I do.
You know how that was a thing? Like, did they? I don't even know if they still do that anymore.
No, I don't think so. Well, it's probably really, really hard to choose a winner at this point.
I mean,
but
people would get so offended. They probably would if you talked about, like, this guy was so stupid, he was too stupid to even stay alive. And let me tell you something. It's hard to kill somebody. Like, it's hard to kill somebody.
Is it?
It really is. Mm-hmm. Like, have you seen some of the stuff that people go through? Like, I could tell you stories of different guys and things that have happened to them, and they're like, no, they're still alive today.
Yeah.
Like, you really got to be trying hard to get killed. You do.
I mean, that's probably a good thing, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the point I'm making is humans really do a lot. The body is resilient. It really is, to try to stay alive. But these people are testing the limits. You ever watch Ridiculousness on MTV?
I have watched it, yes.
Rob Dyrdek's show. We tape every single one of them. We keep a constant DVR on Ridiculousness just to watch how dumb people are. Speaking of dumb, over in Party Foul's pub, Party Foul Steve.
Hey, what are y'all talking about today? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was texting.
Drunk Wives Matter. You can get that shirt at partyfoulnation.com.
Every day, all day.
Sitting next to the lovely husband of the lovely Sarah Gonzalez.
Sir.
Yeah, Sarah. Stephen Smith's hanging out over there. Hey, like your married name, you took it, right? Like, I got to take that name?
Legally,
but my TV name?
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, my TV name is my maiden name.
Yeah.
For the record, because I have a lot of people who think that you just married your husband for his Hispanic last name. I'm like, look at him. He's the whitest guy ever.
You married him for his white privilege.
Exactly.
He's a Smith.
Obviously, yeah. He's very white. I did not.
Super white.
I did not do that.
Super white. In all the right ways. I mean, whatever that means. Who knows? Candice, Queen of the Ethiopian. She's not white. What are you giggling about? She's like, you ever seen a full-blown Ethiopian naked? How about that, huh? They're lanky. They win all the marathons. They have to be lanky. What are you laughing at, Candice? Huh?
Just a good group of people we have in here.
I'm fantastic. I feel fantastic today. I'm fantastic today. There's a study that says fast food causes a drop in testosterone immediately in overweight men. Party Foul, what do did you even hear what I said on that?
Yeah, you said
like,
overweight
that should just,
men
no, you
like
have to repeat it
myself
back to me,
eat
stupid.
At McDonald's.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Overweight men who eat fast food experience an immediate drop in their testosterone levels. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to call our buddy. What's his name?
We've got lots of buddies.
Our buddy that's the plastic surgeon.
Oh, yeah. Tony.
Tony. We're going to call Tony. We're going to go get testosterone pellets.
All right.
Like, I used to get the testosterone shots. And the doctors out there, all you experts, I know it's not great for our heart. But you know what else is not great for our heart? Having less testosterone than a woman. And that's me right now. I got nothing. I'm working. I'm on reserves.
Wow.
Deep on reserves. My doctor laughed at me. He said, I have women patients with more testosterone than you do.
That doesn't seem like a very nice doctorly thing to say.
They
didn't
can grow
care.
a better mustache.
He didn't care. Yeah, that's why my beard grows in all white trashy and stuff. It's just, it's. Have you ever had yours checked, Steven?
Nope.
I
never have.
Look at his
you're a
beard.
virile young man.
He's got plenty of testosterone.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Look at the beard. You got a virile. I mean, you know. I mean, I'm not saying I don't. You know. See, guys hear stuff like that and they're like, "What does that mean? You don't want to have sex?" No, I don't. I just. It's just there's no drive, you know.
Yeah.
But so we eat a lot of fast food, Steve.
Yes, you do.
You do too.
By default.
Yeah,
Not on
no,
purpose.
Steve
You
is
seek these places out.
Steve, here's the deal, man. No one, literally no one on the planet looks at you and thinks that you are some specimen of health and fitness. Nobody does that.
I know.
I know you eat very disciplined. You do. You're very good at that. But like the fact that you condemn someone else for the way they eat, it's not like you're walking around like dadgum.
I usually
Who was homeboy
everybody.
that you, the TPUSA, our guy, our buddy,
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
No,
Are you
the other guy, the picture that it was on your Instagram, or somebody tagged you in it. It was in a story.
Lance?
Kurt.
Lance Schilling.
Lance Schilling.
Yeah.
Now that dude, that dude
I don't
is a
understand
beast.
how he fits into T-shirts. Like, you got to get specially made T-shirts just to fit your arms.
And I can remember when Lance wasn't all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he works hard.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, boom. I mean,
Well, maybe you do need those testosterone pellets so you'll stop looking at Lance.
anyone would look at Lance. Anyone would look at Lance. This
It's
dude,
true.
that's a good looking. I mean, I don't know what his face looks like. I mean, my gosh, I can't get that high. Dude is rock solid. But I mean, you know, so if you've ever watched the Super Size Me thing, right? I mean, you got to know that your body's going to start falling apart if you just have. So, previous theory suggested that fat was toxic to sperm producing cells. Steve, keto, you eat a lot of fat.
Yeah.
But it seems to be the body's response to the fat in the digestive system. That's the problem. If people are eating high-fat, fast food meals every few hours, they're going to have continually suppressed testosterone levels and poor sperm quality.
I'm not worried about my sperm quality at my age. I don't want any more kids.
You're
You
not
have a
going for the
vasectomy?
kids.
Yes, I have a vasectomy.
Me too. Thank God for them. Put this stuff anywhere. Humans will find life, alien life, in the next 30 years, according to a Nobel Prize-winning astronomer.
No, it's coming sooner than that.
Why?
Space Force is about to launch. We're 30 days away from Space Force being a real thing.
So what? That doesn't mean there's life out there.
Now, there is. They're setting
don't
us
think
up.
there
They're
is?
preparing us.
No.
Really?
No.
Trump is preparing us for the invasion.
That was-
I don't know about an invasion, but at least a welcoming committee. I think Space Force is more like a, hey, welcome.
We
Welcome
come in
force.
peace.
Yep.
We come in peace. That was one of my greatest fears as a kid, that I was going to get abducted. Because it was when all of those stories were going on, and I would go to sleep each night and be like, if there is a light that comes in my window, I'm a goner.
Did you grow up in a trailer park?
I didn't.
Oh, that's
The
odd.
older we got, the more Steve was hoping he was getting abducted. He'd sleep face down. Hey, boys, let me make it easy for you.
All this advanced technology, and y'all think they're going to probe you in the butt. That's like...
You don't know what's up my butt. You don't know. Listen, there was this dude. Where's the headline? There was this one dude. I think it's in this. You want to talk about Darwin Awards? Man had 3-inch tweezers lodged in his urethra for 4 years. He had tweezers in his penis, Steve.
For 4 years?
4 years. 22-year-old man.
That
That's what
doesn't-
tells
that
you what he
doesn't
was doing when he
surprise-
was 18.
Doesn't surprise me.
What?
Well, here's the deal. So tell me, ain't gonna be some probing. Let me. 3-inch pair of tweezers. All right. So right there. He didn't want to be named, of course. He went to the clinic in Saudi Arabia where he disclosed that he inserted the tweezers into his member 4 years ago. X-ray revealed them. Here's why he did it. So there's apparently this thing that men do that kind of gets themselves going even more when they masturbate, and that is when you insert something in your pee-pee hole. The most common reason for the self-insertion of a foreign body into the male urethra is for autoerotic and sexual gratification, especially during masturbation. And apparently he put some tweezers in his winger, and that's what happened. I mean, I would, whoa!
You got to tie a string. You got to tie a string to it so you can pull it back out.
No! No! Off the rails, people. It's party time, Mom. Let me tell you something. Stay horny. I want to tell you something, man. Like when they had, I can remember, like when I had my surgery and stuff, and they had to do the cystoscopy where they ran the camera down there and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, you're gonna need some extra camera hose there, Doc. Not really. You shy away. I mean, you're like, oh no! It's the worst possible thing. I was ready to vomit. Because when they take the camera out, and it makes that sound, like a placenta falling out. And you're like, I'm gonna vomit. And then you pass out. This kid put tweezers in his pecker. I mean, I've never done that, Mom. Party Foul's never done it either.
I've never done that.
So you're telling me there's intelligent life out there and we're putting tweezers in our wiener?
Is that the best thing he could find? Like you
Tweezers.
figure like something else. I mean, that's the first thing.
Yeah,
But here's why
that's
they
a
wouldn't
great
come out,
point.
Stephen, because they're tweezers. So they spread. So they had to figure out a way to close them, to remove them.
But he had to overcome 3 or 4 years of
That's what I'm saying.
shame
How
before
would
he
you-
said,
I wanna throw up right now.
I've got to go. I'm going to have to go let it all out.
How could you wait that long?
Because he was
Wouldn't it
holding that
hurt?
in. He was I don't want to go to the who would want
Wouldn't
to go
you
to
get
the
an
doctor?
infection?
Like, if we're that stupid on this planet, why do we want to find life on other planets? Like, that's dumb.
Foreign object removal in like operating rooms and ERs is astronomical. Nobody ever goes to their town's ER or emergency room to have it done. They drive 2 hours. Seen it. I could tell you stories. I'll tell y'all off air.
Okay.
Good God. Pittsburgh. A woman got a nutty surprise. Hardy har. She checked under the hood of their SUV and discovered more than 200 walnuts nestled inside a squirrel's nest. You know how they knew? They could smell squirrel cooking.
Oh,
Get me some vittles.
that's sad.
Get me some squirrel
Have
dumplings.
you really ever eaten squirrel?
Oh God,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had squirrel my whole life.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, squirrel
You gotta cook
brains
it
and
the right
scrambled
way.
eggs.
What does it taste like?
That's the thing.
It tastes like squirrel. It can be a little chewy, a little sinewy, a little. It's a dark meat, and it's funny because when you're cleaning a squirrel, so what you have to do is you take the squirrel.
You've done it from start to finish,
Yeah, I've killed it.
and then you clean it.
You see that rifle hanging on over there underneath Mighty Heaton?
Yes, I see the.
Yeah. Listen, I've never shot one with that rifle, but its sister, it's 22 sister. I've killed a bunch of squirrels, and a 410 shotgun. Yeah, you kill them. What we would do is we'd cut the tail off of them and dip the tail in salt so that it would stay bushy, and you put it on a rubber band. You can hang it from your hat.
Oh my god.
Hang it from your belt. Man, we were redneck kids. And then what you do is you take the squirrels like a little person, and you take your knife and you cut him. You pull his skin up like between the shoulders, and you cut it right there so you can get your fingers in there, and you just rip that
Just like you
skin
do a
right
rabbit.
off there. And it's like undressing a baby. It's like pulling a onesie off like pajama pants.
But you know when it hangs up on the feet,
It hangs
you just
up
go
on
and
the feet.
cut them off.
So you just cut the feet off and the hands off, and boom, now you got a little naked dude, and you gut him, and you pour the guts out, and then you could cook him just like that. You could roast him over a fire just like you'd anticipate seeing, like a gopher, or you could cut him up and put him in a stew, which is the way I suggest people do it. 'Cause
Slow
you
cook
gotta tenderize.
they're tough.
Yeah, you got to tenderize that meat,
Pressure
and then you got to
cooker.
put it in a white gravy, and just make a squirrel stew out of it. And it's okay. It's not great.
I mean, you are really hard selling this squirrel stew.
It's not
A
great,
squirrel's
but
nothing
yeah.
more than a rat, too.
But I mean,
they're literally tree rats.
Which I've had as pets, so I probably am not
Squirrel?
interested in eating. No, a rat.
Rat. You said that rats do make a pretty good pet.
I love them. They are so smart.
They're
and
very
they're
smart.
social.
Like I caught one and made it a pet.
Really?
A big one.
But do they make a good stew?
They
I wouldn't
do
know.
actually make a pretty good stew because when I was in West Africa, they would have these big old possum-looking things that looked like, well, they called them bushmeat. Still to this day, don't know what kind of animal it was, but it was in the rodent family, rodentia. And they'd sell them. They'd hold them up by the tail and just sell them on the side of the road, right on the side of the highway. And be like, "What are we eating? Bushmeat? Okay, here we go."
Oh.
You can eat
She's
anything,
turning her nose
Steve.
up at that. No.
You can eat anything. Look, if you'll eat a pig, you'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Because whatever a pig eats
That's
becomes its
true.
flesh
Pig
in
is
like 26
disgusting.
hours. And they're eating crap.
Yeah.
They're eating garbage. And it becomes its flesh. At least with a cow, it takes about 2.5 days for but it's eating grain. It's eating grass, you hope, or
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah, pigs are the
Pigs,
dirtiest.
what it eat immediately
meat.
becomes its flesh. It's nasty.
I like it.
I know you do.
Bacon.
That's what I'm saying. If you can eat a pig, you can eat anything.
And I like barbacoa, too.
Oh,
See, Sarah likes that. You'll scrape the meat off a cow's head, but you
barbacoa
won't eat
and
a
Big
rat.
Red. Oh my gosh.
See, I don't like
Take me back.
barbacoa. I don't
Too
care that
greasy
they
for
scraped
you?
it off of a cow's skull. I'm just not a fan of the barbacoa meat.
What do you not like about it?
I don't like it. I don't know.
Huh.
Like there's like barbecue at anything way. Like I don't like true like you know how you go and you get the shredded beef at a Mexican restaurant. And I'm talking Mexican, not Tex-Mex, because there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
I don't like that shredded meat. I just don't like the flavor of it. I don't even like shredded meat in a Tex-Mex deal.
Okay, racist.
I don't like
I can eat
Mexican.
some
That's what I'm
barbacoa.
I'm just kidding. I have two crews that
Lingua.
work on the house.
I like
It's
lingua.
almost Christmas season, and I'm gonna need my Rios family to put the lights back up.
Oh, tamale season coming up, too.
I don't like tamales.
yeah.
You like them?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like them, Stephen?
Oh yeah, I love tamales.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
You can put anything in a tamale.
You can.
Yeah.
But
Any
it's
kind of
something
meat,
about it.
so-
Like I don't like corn tortillas. Like soft corn.
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
yeah.
you're
I
getting
Like a
store-bought
ti-
corn. Even like
traditional street
homemade
taco.
tortillas.
no, don't like them.
Flour way better.
I like flour way better.
Yeah.
I mean that's the whiteness.
It depends
in
what
it.
I'm eating.
Wow,
If I'm
it
eating
is.
like lingua or barbacoa, I want it on a corn tortilla
Do you
with
eat
cilantro
lingua?
and onion.
I won't even eat lingua.
Really? Come on now.
Nobody likes
And I've
tongue.
taken
Have you
Chad.
had? Do you? So you eat menudo?
Yeah, I'll eat menudo. I've taken Chad to some great Mexican restaurants.
True story.
And
True story. If you want to go to some hole in the wall, blow your ass out the next day food, and let me tell you, Party Foul Steve knows everywhere to go in Texas. You walk in, and you know it because there's Mexicans in there eating.
Right.
Like if you notice, this is just an observation, and it's the truth, Candice. You'll pay attention to this from now on. if you go into a Chinese buffet, it's loaded with Mexicans. But if you go into a Mexican restaurant, you'll never see a Chinese person. It's a fact.
I had a friend tell me probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago, because we were living in Bryan College Station. I asked him, I says, well, how do you know if it's a good Mexican restaurant? And he said, well, if you're not elbowing Mexicans out of your way to eat,
It's true.
leave.
It's true.
I had a Esmeralda, my girl from Honduras. We used to go down there to Honduras all the time with her, and she's down there now. But she'd come up and she'd be like, you do not bring me what the gringos eat. You bring me. And it was real stuff. This dude's a CEO. He's in Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Every year, that's messed up. Every year, he writes 9,200 of his employees a birthday card. He's done it for 30 years.
Wow.
Belfour Holdings, which tells me the guy must be like 100 years old, and they don't even have a job for him to do.
So he just does that year round every year. I write 10 a day. That's all I do.
But almost 10,000 birthday cards. But he's graduated now to writing anniversary cards and thank you notes, holiday cards, get well cards. So this guy ain't doing crap in the office.
No.
Come on. Get
But
a real
hey,
job.
but, at that age, though, you have a purpose to go and show up to work, right? Thank you cards.
How much is he getting paid for
I saw
that?
Rupert
Pay me
Murdoch
$1
at
million
Fox
bucks.
Studios.
I'll write all the cards you want.
That's fair.
Like we were at Fox Studios out in L.A. and here comes Rupert Murdoch. He walks by, no entourage, nothing, just his little 90-year-old self waddling into the office. And then here comes Sly Stallone, his little self waddling right into the office and stuff. But I was impressed. Like, here's Rupert. I mean, what's Rupert coming to do? Nothing.
Right.
You know, this CEO, he gets 8,000 cards he got him for his 60th birthday.
Wow.
You know where those go? Right in the trash. Right in the trash there.
And don't you feel for a fleeting moment, I'm like, oh, I feel really bad about this, but I'm
Like,
going to
you
do it
can't
anyway.
read.
I'm going to check for money. Any card comes to my house, I don't care who it's from.
I promise you, if you're the CEO of a company called Belfour Holdings, no one's sending you a $5 bill.
Oh, well, I'm still checking. I even check all my junk mail just in case.
You
One
need
of
to
those
check
checks.
for anthrax or ricin.
One of those checks is real. I got a check in the mail the other day for $32,000. I was like, oh. But it wasn't real. So.
Was it from a Nigerian prince?
Nope. It was from Capital One.
I did get a 30. I did get a Nigerian Prince email last week.
Did you?
I did.
They're still sending them.
I haven't seen one in forever.
Wow.
It's crazy.
They're persistent.
Yeah.
Got to give them that.
Here's something for you, Steve. You remember when you pissed off the Catholics last week? Let's do
Occasionally,
it again.
remember.
occasionally I do.
I remember.
I piss off Baptists, Catholics, everybody.
Yeah, but the
I'm not
Baptists
worried.
don't get quite as does anti-Semitic remarks from the Catholics. These people don't like
Oh
Jews.
my gosh.
They were fired up.
They
Man.
were
They were like, "Hey, you
intense.
prots!" I felt like I'd moved to North Ireland or something. I was expecting a car bomb from the IRA.
When I hear Irish car bomb, I'm thinking drinks.
I always know I'm over the target because I start catching flack from Candice because I can hear her over there going, screw the Jews. They got enough money.
We've
Here's
gone
one
after the
for you.
Dublin Irish.
3.
Yeah, let's remember, I married a Catholic, so I get.
No, you don't.
I get
You
some
don't
kind
know
of Catholic
anything about
privilege.
Catholicism, Steve. You literally know nothing.
You get to have wine at church.
That's one thing.
That's the kids. Well, how else you getting these kids knocked up? Hey, there's a creative brand out there. Steven's like, I want off right now. I have a job here at Blaze TV. I gotta go. I'm a head director at Blaze Media. Gotta go. $3,000 shoes. You know what they help you do? You can walk on water. Literally.
What?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
They call them Jesus shoes. They fill them up with holy water and they bless them with a priest.
Please tell me they don't look cute.
No, they're like Nike Airs, but they have.
Please
water
tell
on the
me they
bottom.
do.
They got
Sneakers.
holy water.
Please tell me they do.
$3,000 pair of shoes.
sold
And let
out?
me tell you something. They sold out in minutes.
Oh, bummer.
Based out of Brooklyn, the Jesus shoes. They gave a pair of classic Nike Air Max 97s a religious revamp.
Oh.
Yeah. They took
That's
the
not my style.
air-filled sole, they filled it with holy water from the Jordan River, and then colored it in order to make it more visible inside the shoe. This is real stuff we're talking about right now. This is
what can you do to that water to make it unholy?
well.
So
Put
you
your
color
nasty ass feet in there. I can tell you that.
I'm just thinking of all the things like you can put those shoes on. It's not gonna make you holy.
But wait, there's more. There's a crucifix attached to the laces of one of the sneakers, as well as a single drop of blood on each tongue, which represents the blood of Christ.
Whose blood is it?
I don't know.
To keep the vampires away.
Probably the dude that died in the Darwin thing. But they got Matthew 14:25 in black writing on the side of the shoe, as well as a single drop of blood. Yeah.
Probably paint. Probably not real blood. I think there's rules against that biological stuff.
It's a hazard, right?
Yeah.
It's a
They
biological
want them
hazard.
to reference the red papal shoes that were traditionally worn outside by the Pope until Pope Francis, who is the current Pope, the one we don't like, made the decision to start wearing black footwear instead. I told you this guy's an ass.
Even though that water's blessed, it's coming from a foreign country. Does it have to be put into quarantine for a certain amount of time? If not, I would think that somebody needs to look into this.
They're making them out of Brooklyn.
Yeah. What are the chances?
Jordan River is in Israel.
You can bring Jordan River water back.
All it has to, they just have to bless the water.
Yeah, but you're bringing is it like vegetation? You can't bring vegetation to another country.
People
Why can't you
that
bring
crap
water?
back all the time? What were you gonna say, Stephen?
So there's no way that any of that is true. Is it in Brooklyn? It's just some tap water that he's just colored.
Exactly.
It'd
Jordan
probably make
River.
nice pizza.
Jordan River.
I love the idea. What genius. I love capitalism.
I love capitalism. I'm like, there's a sucker born every minute. Let me tell you, if you can do that and sell it, $3,000
I can't believe they sold out.
for a $100 pair of shoes, and somebody pissed in the sole.
Right. I buy some expensive shoes. He knows.
This is true.
And I've never bought $3,000 pair of shoes.
I'm gonna cut Chad Prather's cowboy hat up into little pieces and sell it on eBay.
It's crazy. This hat's going to wind up in Glenn Beck's vault after I get shot. The by a Catholic. It was blown up by an Irish car bomb in Belfast, and the only thing left was his hat. Glenn Beck now has it on display next to Mary Ton Leakin's morning dress. It's true, man. Singapore, they're progressive. They've become the first country in the world to ban advertisements for drinks with high sugar content. Good for you, Singapore. So that's pretty much everything you can drink, right? Any soda that's out there, they want to decrease the influence of the advertisements. I
do my very best not to drink any sugar.
Well, but high sugar, but they're still allowed to advertise diet sodas. And what about like juice?
Yeah.
You know?
International
even natural
diabetes.
sugars in juice is crazy.
I know it's sometimes worse than soda. And the diet drinks, I mean, they've got gross stuff in
They
them
have
too.
chemicals in it.
Now, we all saw the penis picture that got sent to Natalie Stanier
sadly.
this past week.
My husband did too. So
Yeah.
yes, we literally
And we saw
all
the
saw it.
man's non-circulation diabetes feet that were in the bottom of the picture. So get the picture, because we didn't talk about this on the other episode. The man was laying on what appears to be a couch watching television.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a new television. He needs to clean his room. But if there was a
That's
penis,
not all he needs to clean.
there's a phallic. I don't know if there were tweezers in the penis. I don't have a clue. But I know it was a white hand and a brown penis. It was like rainbow.
It was not
like,
brown. It was purple.
It was different colors.
He does have.
And
has some.
And his
some,
feet look diabetic.
Yeah.
Hugs and
and
Kisses
his penis
288
did
or
too.
something like that.
So
Not that I
he's
memorized
obviously
that.
been drinking a lot of. He's been swallowing his Roman pills with the sugar water. So they found that in 2015, 13.7% of Singaporean adults have diabetes. That's the second highest rate in developed nations.
Jeez.
So that's why they did it, right? Yeah, but that diet drink is bad for you, man. I remember Stu Bergier when he was here. He kept drinking those Diet Cokes, man.
What do you mean when he was here?
God rest him. All that phenylalanine and the phenylketonurics and the acetone and stuff he kept pouring down his throat. 17 a day.
Super Gear drank Roundup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he thought he was proving a point at the time. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to be laughing when in 20 years you have cancer all over your body.
Mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma.
Yeah.
And by the way, you might have fibromyalgia. If you're hurting all over and you can't figure why the hell you are, fibromyalgia. And if you've ever been exposed to asbestos or party foul Steve, you probably have mesothelioma. you can call 1-800-GLEN-BECK, and his real estate agents that you can trust will make sure that you find a doctor in your neighborhood.
Just
It's
be
a fact,
simply
man.
safe.
It's true. Glenn Beck's a well-rounded. You talk about capitalism. This guy's got them all in his pocket.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And the real estate agents thing, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? What a great idea.
I know.
Matchmaking, but for real estate agents.
Like, was he getting like a % off of it?
I'm
Like every
sure.
time
I
somebody,
mean, I don't know,
I don't know. God
I'm
bless
sure.
you, Glenn Beck. Come from
Seriously.
Beck. Here's one. Let's talk about Africa for a minute, because why not? Why not?
Been there, done that.
A third of women in 4 African and Asian countries. Here's a report that says they're getting slapped, mocked, or abused while giving birth. Why? These women are getting their asses
no.
kicked while they're doing the worst thing on the planet.
But
Can you
that-
imagine trying to squeeze a well, I don't have to. With you had a kid. But I mean, squeezing a watermelon or a cantaloupe out of your pee hole, and then somebody's going to beat you up while you're doing it?
But if you're getting beat up, you ain't thinking about that. So you give them a slap,
think
they
that's the
forget
deal?
about it. I think
You want to
they're-
let something take your mind off his pain?
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you something to cry about.
Let me hold
We've
your
all
finger.
heard that our whole life.
Let me hold your finger. What, Candace?
They didn't have any medication, so like it also goes to say that they don't have any forms of pain relievers.
Yeah.
And they're also getting slapped. At
No,
the same
no
time.
epidural, no nothing.
Bite on
Like-
this bullet while I
It's
slap
like-
you.
It's like on the movie Airplane when they're speaking jive, and then the girl passes, she's going crazy, and they're slapping her.
They line
and then-
up. Even the Catholic
Yeah.
nun slaps her.
And then they got a baseball bat and a crowbar and a gun, and like, give me your finger, boy. You want to let something take your mind off that pain? That's what's going on.
I tell you what, after I deliver that child and I've got my hormones and I'm a little bit crazy, I'm getting revenge on whoever the hell did that to me.
Somebody slaps me. Now, I delivered babies in West Africa, okay? I've delivered babies in Central America. Scary thought, I know. I actually assisted in a C-section in Nigeria, which was brutal. It was brutal because they had to move quick. It was an emergency deal, and the girl was not right. She wasn't 100%. And I don't know if she's a rape victim or whatever, but I mean, they at least deadened her. I mean, she was lucid, but she was out of it. She was, lucid's not the right word. She was awake. But anyway, and I was like, oh my gosh, seeing this thing firsthand when you realize not only the miracle of childbirth, but how violent the whole process is. Even here, they grab those things and just go to those spatulas and go to working on these girls.
Not to outdo you, but I've assisted in hundreds of C-sections in Southside San Antonio. It's
Yeah, but
almost
that's
the same thing.
Mexicans. That's Mexicans. They just pop them right out, and they're right now. The kids are out there making tortillas too. They just use a little bare baby asses to press down the flour.
Oh.
There it is. Eat that. Then they squirt the little poop, the little green poop right in the middle of the
guacamole.
tortilla, and then you guys are eating it, talking about I love lingua.
I like how you brought that all the way back
Dude,
around.
I'm all
He is
about
full
the
circle.
callbacks.
He is full circle.
But I mean, can you imagine? 1 in 3 women in Nigeria, Myanmar, Ghana, and Guinea were slapped, mocked. Like mocking somebody's not going to take your mind off the pain.
No,
I don't get it.
that's awful.
World Health Organization followed more than 2,000 women during labor and interviewed more than 2,600 women after childbirth.
But
40%,
we'll
42%.
all, if somebody like stumped their toe and tripped across the floor here, we'd all laugh at them. That's
Would we?
mocking. That's mocking them, right?
But what
You're,
does that
if I
you're
did
having,
it-
you're having birth. You're
Yeah,
giving
but-
birth to a child.
But their logic is on that same line of, oh, I'm gonna get their mind off of it.
You laugh at someone who
Oh yeah,
stubs their toe
I
to get
promise
their
you.
mind
if
off
you're
of it.
if you're sitting in an
Okay.
airport and somebody falls over their suitcase and breaks a hip, you're laughing.
you're
on
not
it. You might
laughing.
go help them.
You're not laughing
you're
to get their
laughing.
mind off of it.
But if they trip and fall and a baby comes out of them,
You would really laugh.
that's a whole different deal. And you're like, where in the hell? What? Somebody cut the cord. It's just dragging behind you while you crawl. God, I don't know.
I'm getting my
man.
revenge on whoever does that to me.
Did you see where in the medieval times they found a 50 Shades of Grey book? 50 Shades. And I don't mean like medieval times, like the little thing you go eat dinner and they joust
Hey,
in
the Indi-
downtown Dallas.
In
I'm talking
India,
about,
they've had them books out forever.
I'm talking
Kama
about
Sutra.
Le Roman de la Rose, the blockbuster of its day. That's right. There's a medievalist at the University of Bristol in the UK. These UK people, man, they're something else. It's a Rabelais-esque passage a randy episode from the 22,000-line tale of a courtier wooing a woman. They found this poem, and apparently it's pretty pervy. The salacious scene is a drawn-out religious metaphor in which a prurient pilgrim stands before religious reliquary to discuss his durable walking stick, which, of course, is stiff and strong. He describes sticking it into those ditches, a wink, wink, and kneeling before a relic, quote, full of agility and vigor, between the two fair pillars consumed with desire to worship. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, would that
Brilliant.
turn you on,
No,
Steve?
that-
That turn you on?
That is boring.
Huh?
Doesn't do much for me.
You haven't read the
boring.
Song of Solomon?
No.
Song of Solomon, you go read the Old Testament, man. That is the original 50 Shades of Grey. Your neck is like the Tower of David. Your breasts are like the cantaloupes, the heart of the deer.
Nothing.
I'm not into
Gotta
it.
do anything?
Nothing.
Read it. You like pomegranates in season.
You
That
ever
was
tried
some
to
dirty
crack open a
talking, man.
pomegranate?
That was some dirty talking. Okay.
Where was that, in the UK?
I don't know where they found it. I
Yeah.
don't even care anymore. Nothing
I
turns you
can't
on
find
anymore.
one single orthodontist.
Here's one Steve will like, though. In England and Wales, if a person's convicted of rape or child sexual abuse, they had this program. They scrapped it because here's what was happening. The participants, guess what what was happening?
What?
They were getting aroused by each other's stories. They were going to therapy for this stuff, and they were telling each other's tales, and they were getting aroused.
So, yeah, they send a bunch of sickos to the same room to talk about what happened to them. Yeah.
it's like the
One
beginning
hand
of
grenade
Sling
take
Blade.
care of all of them.
You remember Sling Blade? And he's sitting there, and he wasn't no bigger than that little squirrel. He got some biscuits and mustard, and got some
Like them French fried taters.
Fried taters.
I know, funny.
I like them with mustard.
You're funny, queer. He wasn't no bigger than a little old squirrel. I buried him in a shoebox out back, and I reckon I just saw red.
Funny, not ha-ha.
I had a Kaiser blade. Some people call it a sling blade. I had a Kaiser blade. And I just hit Billy in the neck with it, and he come clean off. Mm-hmm. He was on top of my mama, just having his way with her. So anyway, that's fun. Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, I don't know what you thought was going to happen, but it's like the beginning of Sling Blade, where the guy's sitting there telling about his little tales of raping the woman and stuff, and so apparently these guys are getting turned on by it. And I mean, I don't know who in the hell would ever think that's a good idea to begin with.
Well, these people that think that they're going to change their mind about, somebody else's mind about something.
That's our the mental health professionals these days.
But that's
They're
like
crazy.
that's like going to Weight Watchers so you can find somebody that likes to eat ice cream with you. It's like the best place to find a bar buddy's at AA. And I'm making, but I mean that's the kind of thing. It's like you go to anyway. People are dumb. Here's one. Hey, baby. Here's one. Uber Pet. Now you can take your cats with you.
I'm in.
Uber Pet.
Steven,
I'm out.
this is the best news ever. Tell me more.
Starting October 16th, which is in the past, they match animal owners with drivers who actually welcome the pet. So instead of turning them away due to, quote, allergies, let's face it, hairy, slobbery mess concerns, the report says that you can bring them in the car with you. You can bring your cat carrier, your doggy bags.
This is
Yeah.
amazing news.
Where do you want to take your cat?
Wherever
She
I
wants it
go,
everywhere.
No,
At all times.
I want
come
my
on, is
cat
it
to
that
go
bad,
with me.
Stephen?
She would take Hurley, the main cat.
The one
Yeah.
cat.
The one.
Yeah.
The other one we're trying to get rid of.
Yeah,
If anyone
we
wants a
leave
cat,
the
let us
door
know.
open.
Leave the
We're
door
like,
open.
Yeah.
have at it, girl.
Yeah.
Come please
She
walk
won't leave.
on my kitchen cabinets with your cat. Not.
I don't let him do that. Okay, but I will say I'm joking because I will say I don't get the whole like take your dog everywhere you go,
Yeah.
take your dog to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm buying produce. I don't need.
But there's
your
some
dog.
people need their dogs and their ponies
not
wherever they
Here
go.
we
Yeah,
go.
and I'm not talking about
Here
true
comes the
service
mail.
dogs. I'm not talking about service dogs, right?
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
talking about service.
Or service ponies.
I'm not talking about service animals because I don't want to offend
She's
anyone.
just talking about her pets.
But I'm saying, and even the emotional support ones, give me a break. Get
I
outta
know,
here.
because we're in the airport day after day, and there's dogs that are supposed to be
I don't
trained.
get
They're
it.
just pissing right there in the terminal.
I know.
And I'm like, that dog's not trained to do anything. You just want to bring your stupid dog. And shut up, people. Don't even come at me with this whole, that I need my dog, man. Then stay home.
Yeah.
There you go. If you're not emotionally capable enough to travel, then just stay home. Stay home. Now, I understand if you have a support animal like that, you have a truly, which by the way, you can't even prove the certification. You can't, because there's everybody, you can get that crap online. Trust me, I know.
But
My
I'm telling you,
We have
if your
close-
dog's pissing on the floor.
Me too.
we have very close friends that actually have them and need them. And I'm talking about veterans with PTS and stuff.
Those are service dogs,
but
though, right?
Those are real, and I'm the real deal because
Yeah.
when they go on an airplane, they go under the seat in front of them, curl up. You never see them,
Right.
hear them, or anything. They're not pissing and
Go ahead and make your comment. Lose your mind. I don't care. I'm in an airport all across this country. I'm never in an airport I don't see a dog pissing on the floor. It's pissing on the floor. That ain't a service animal. You know good and well. And so, hey, now you can take it. Now you don't even have to call it anything. You can just take your pet.
send
How about that?
all the hate mail.
And you can
to
use
Jade@Watch-
Uber. Send it on.
Chad.com.
I don't care. My dog doesn't piss on your floor. Austin, Texas, Denver, Nashville, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Tampa Bay. You can do it starting October 16th. Done deal.
Wow.
Take it. Hey, New York, they're still trying to bring their dogs on the subway. So I mean, it's a $50 fine if you spit on the sidewalk, but whatever. You can bring your dog all over everything. And, maybe they'll put the little plastic baggies.
But if they
in
want
the
to go to
subway
the park,
trains.
maybe they need to take the subway.
Can I tell you
So I'm
the
gonna take the
worst
other
one that
turn
I
on
saw
this.
before we move on? We were on vacation. We're going to Disneyland. The hotel that we were staying in the buffet, the breakfast buffet, with cooked food open all over the place. Someone is walking their dog, and then they're holding it like this as they're getting their food. I'm like, what are you doing? It's gone too far. It's
Gone too far, people. Look at me. You know you're crazy. And if you're going to get on here and you're going to send me some 3-paragraph, 2,000-word deal about your dog and your mini horse, stop it. Stop it. You do you, okay? If you can't handle being out in public, don't go out in public.
Hey, and there's somebody out there right now that needs to know, clean out your litter boxes today. Somebody needs to know that.
They
you
should be
might
cleaned
have
every day.
company come over. Clean that out. We don't want to smell it.
Change your adult undergarments. Switch those out. Up to 40 pounds isn't a recommendation of weight load, all right? Come on. Let's do this thing. This is my dude here, the veterinarian performed surgery on a koi fish. They took a tumor off of its back, and its name is Bubbles. He's 5 to 8 years old.
Aw.
Started growing a mass, and the veterinarian removed it. He's right back to swimming. And they did it in a little water bath. They did the surgery with a wet sponge on a surgical table, and that's just fantastic. And now you know what you can do with little Bubbles, the koi fish? Take it on Uber.
Hey, let me tell you, you ever try to flush a koi fish down a toilet? You'd operate on it too.
They swim right back up. I don't know what that means.
They're too big.
I don't either.
You can't flush one there. You give it a double flush.
You were so stupid.
Crack
Like I
myself.
had a perfectly
Crack
good
myself
joke
up.
going, had the timing working just right. So he's like, oh, and by the way, if you ever flush that damn thing, we wanted to see the fish survive. Oh, survival is more important than the cost. $300. Friend of mine from college, he came to the clinic and he was like, hey, I just rocked back on my wife's hamster that's lived forever. Can y'all fuse it back together? And we're like, yeah. It's like, but she's out of town, man. She's out of town. You got to get this thing done. It was a Sunday. He goes, what's it going to cost? I said, well, your price would be about $750. And he goes, bag it. That's good. We're all good. Just bag it.
Oh.
It's a fish, man. Golly. Last one. Tesla's automated parking system slammed by Consumer Reports. Did you see where, they've had those forced power outages out in California,
Yes.
all over California? Well, guess what? Your environmentally friendly Tesla, it won't work. They can't charge it back up. They can't get anywhere. See, Ocasio-Cortez, that's why you're dumb. It's why you're dumb. Everything can't run off of electricity. So anyway, they said that the parking system, the automated parking system in these Teslas, it's glitchy. And they likened it to a drunk driver. So what happens is it's like a less tame, Elon Musk described it as a less tame pet. More like a drunken or distracted driver.
Y'all remember Austin Powers? Parking the car.
Anyway, so the tests, the Consumer Reports Auto Test Center, it drove in the middle of the traffic lane like an erratic drunken driver or distracted driver. So there you go. If you want your car to drive for you, like I heard Elon Musk give an interview a while back. I think he was on Rogan, where he was talking about, there's codes you can punch in there and the car will dance for you. Like it'll do all these different things. And he's like, there's all these little secret codes that you can make the car
Little
do
Easter
all this
eggs.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Car will drive to your phone location and follow you like a pet if you hold down the summon button on the Tesla app. Smart Summon just ran into my garage wall because of an unnecessary turn. At Kanavikas tweeted earlier this month with a photo of a dented car.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Consumer Reports blasted the service as glitchy, said customers shouldn't be paying to help fine-tune the technology for the future. Services provided to drivers who have opted the full self-driving package, which costs roughly $6,000. Tesla didn't return a request for comment. Oh, my God. Steve, was it you talking about the dude just sleeping at the wheel of the Tesla?
Yes, I saw a video on Twitter, and he's driving a Tesla, but he's like, and everybody's honking and waving at him. He wasn't waking up at all, and they were going. But see, we rent cars everywhere we go, so we're driving one now that it doesn't quite do that, but it'll come to a stop for you and everything. You set the cruise control and let it. If it paces the
cruise
car in
control
front of
has
you.
been around for a while.
So yeah, I know, but this paces with the car in front of you, even down to a stop, and then takes back off. So it's not long. A regular car is going to do everything a Tesla. I mean, we're just a year or two away.
I can't do it.
We're in a rental car right
that.
now. Like Steve's got one because we kept it all week long because we're back and forth to different cities that are within 4 hours drive. And so Steve has made me want to vomit in this car over the last week because he keeps playing with this automated thing.
I'm trying to learn
look,
to
it'll
trust
slam
it.
on the brakes for me. Like I'm gonna take it up to 90, get as close to this car in front, and just turn the car loose and watch what it does.
It hits the brakes harder than I do. Great.
And I'm like, let me out. Just let me out. I should have flown. Let me out. All right, kids, go to watchchad.com. Find some tour dates. Find us out on the road. Check out Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered on YouTube. Make sure you're telling your friends to subscribe to the Chad Prather channel on YouTube so you get the full episodes. Tell your friends about it. 5-star ratings. Those are the reviews we take. We don't take any negativity here because we don't believe in it. It doesn't exist in our world. That's our postmodern thought. That's how we live. And News and Why It Matters. Make sure you're watching that every single day. Checking out Sarah and all her guests that are on there. Some dude named Bex every now and then's on there. Boring.
Chad Prather.
And then, I'm on there from time to time. You never know when I'm going to get naked. And so,
That's true.
also go to shopblazemedia.com/
It's shop.blazemedia.com.
.blazemedia.com / what? Why?
I don't even know what mine is. I don't know.
I don't know. Just go. There's a collection.
Go to shop.blazemedia.com and hit the little lines, and it'll give you all the categories. You can
Boys, don't put stuff in your pee hole. No tweezers, no pin caps, no pretzels, no toothbrushes, nothing. You hear me? Don't do it. I love you. God bless. Talk to you next time. Bye.